and so nothing I'm going to say is going to be all that new to you. I represent the Poinciana Community Development District and the Poinciana West Community Development District. Some of you may know that development by the Solivita brand name that was put on by the developer. I represent the CDDs that are there that manage the infrastructure. Last year I was before you because we had concerns that there was an overlap of the lands that the CDD owns and that are within our boundaries with the proposed incorporation. And in fact, this delegation suggested I provide to the delegation and to the proponents of the incorporation a less than accept legal description or meets and bounds description of my clients that could be carved out of any incorporation effort moving forward. I was quite surprised when the revised feasibility study came up this year without, there was a mention of we're not going to include Solivita, but when it gets down to the brass tacks and you're looking at the legal description, it's including neighborhoods that are of concern to us. I was also concerned that the draft bill does not include the less than accept legal description that we prepared at our expense and provided to the delegation and to the proponents. And as early as Monday of this week, I still can't get a straight answer whether we're in the district or not in the district. And I got to tell you, my background is working with special districts that we either establish through Florida Land and Water Adjudicatory Commission or through cities or counties. And the first requirement is a meets and bounds description. You have to know what you're trying to form into a government in terms of a land area. And we don't have that here. I've been informed that there's going to be 39 legal descriptions, meets and bounds legal descriptions, and then those are going to be what the city is comprised of, or at least what's proposed. And I can't believe that that's going to be the approach, that you're going to create a city that has 39 separate areas in a legal description. It just seems, very backwards, and you can't even do it for a CDD, which has none of the powers that a city has. So at this point, until we know whether we're in or out, I can't frame for you the substantive objections we may have. And I think it's only fair that that issue be addressed and definitively addressed, because people ought to be able to determine whether or not the land they own is going to be part of a new city. And up until this date, it's still a gray area. So thank you very much. I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Members, any questions? Thank you very much. Next up from the committee opposing the Poinciana Corporation, Jeff Goldmacher.